changed in so many ways at once. As the day begun, I lived one life. As the day ended, I had begun anew, reborn with a new life, a new mission, reborn with a new vision. What may come, I don't know yet, but I am here alive, living my life to the fullest, with new love in my heart and soul, a gift to have, a gift to give, a new life of love, reborn.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy October 7th. It's been a little bit since I've seen you all. So bear with me while I breathe through some of this. It's been wild the last several months, last several weeks actually. But I wanted to just give you a life update before we sort of jump into all of this. I also tried to create a poll. So I want you to bear with me. I want to see if I can do this. So let's see. Whoops. All right. And I'm having some issues with writing some of this. So hold on. So what is all right now if I tab. Oh, here we go. I'm coming. You bear with me. Hang on. I still don't know if this is going to do it right, but I'm going to try. I'm just going to make it a small one and see if anybody, there we go. All right. So I got it done. Richard, hello. Thanks for being here. So let's see, where have I been? I had put out this go live for today to talk about fall, just before fall. And I ended up losing my uncle, who is my mom's sister's husband. And he has been so kind to me, really a second father. He's done nothing but take care of me since my mom passed in 2016. Now he's 94, and I get that we're all going to, our lives end anyway, right? So with his passing, I was sad and didn't really have the energy to chat. And then I had family come to visit and ended up with the flu. And so for the last 12 days, 10 days, I have been down for the count. And this is my first foray into trying to have this conversation with you guys. I just have not been feeling well. and it's very hard to even continue to talk. So it'll be a short live, but I didn't want this to go by. This is one of my favorite seasons. The fall is beautiful and it is reminiscent of childhood. So it is very sad to lose him. I have to be honest with you. My Uncle John, um, was a New York City firefighter. And when he wasn't on duty as a firefighter, he worked at a pharmacy. So he did nothing but support his family for so many years. And over time, he also took care of my Nana, so my mom's mom and his wife's mom. And he loved my Nana. And he helped her until her death. And then, when my mom and dad's um, divorced, my Uncle John was there just loving on my mom and letting her feel special. And, whenever they did get together, he was always just such a kind man to her. And when my mom passed, he just sort of took over for me. And his kindness throughout my life, and he and his wife, my Aunt Rose, who is not somebody I'm prepared to lose, she, they're kind of my favorite people. And they've been there for me as champions. Now she's 93. She has dementia, so her longevity is also short. But let's be honest, right? I mean, they're in their 90s. I I don't even know if I want to live that long, given the world that we're in today. But I I feel truly blessed by them, and I was really heartbroken that I couldn't go to their funeral, his funeral, because of this. So anyway, yeah, the flu has spanked me, man, and I did get the flu shot. So I'm gonna take it as a sign that it could have been worse. So you can see that I'm reading the comments, trying to, but um, it's yeah, it's a tough time. It's been a tough year. In a 12-month span, I lost two uncles on my dad's side. I lost my dad, and now I lost my uncle. And my dad and my uncle were in a span of a couple of months. So, that's the end of sort of my male role models, champions, heroes. And it's just, it's a season of life. Um, it's not possible to just postpone discussing fall until we get to the cold November days. There is a frost poem about them. Ooh, if you remember the frost poem, please send it to me. Um, I love fall. I love apple picking. I love making applesauce. I love making apple pies. I love eating apple dumplings. I've never made those myself, but my favorite place that I love to go to pick apples makes the best scrumptious apple dumplings. And whether you put ice cream or whipped cream on them, it really is just delicious. Hi, Mish. Thanks for being here. So those the fall, and then having pumpkins, and whether you carve them or not. And I love to decorate for the fall. And so I have my mums outside on my porch, and this is a really tough financial year for me as well. So I didn't get to go banana cakes, but I'm really enjoying this weather. Today it is, even though I've been cold, it doesn't really matter. But excuse me, I'm going to put you on pause so I can unmute. So sorry, but it's 73 today, and the low is 59. And with the full moon, it's just so magical. So, oh, I'm so sorry to see that you're here. What is leaf peeping? Oh, so we call that in New England anyway. Driving and looking at the changing leaves, um, and the colors that it brings. And when you drive through the mountains here, or on the roads, and you see the oranges and the reds and the browns and all the in between colors, it's just magical. So we call it leaf peeping. And so it's just, I like to walk through our local park with the dogs. And we have these tall pine trees, but then when you walk past some of them, you see these gorgeous oaks and maples, and the leaves are just magical. Um, that's right, Rich. We need to get her out. She needs to see what the colors are. Um, So I'm really excited about fall. And that's, a couple of weeks ago when I tried to put this out, that's why I wanted to talk about it. Because, it's more than just the apple cider and all the treats that come along with it. Fall is just um, an opportunity to um, slow things down. Now, of course, that applies mostly in places that have multiple seasons because we're preparing here for snow, right? So for us, for me, it's, I'm sort of looking out the window over to my right. Right now it's in the 70s, but last week it was in the 50s and 60s. This is like, we call it Indian summer. So we'll have a couple more days of nice weather, and then it's really getting cold. And I've been breaking down the garden. Um, I should um, I should try to post my pictures. I've had a plethora of tomatoes. I'm having carrots, and the onions didn't do so well. My cucumbers did not do well. And that was my fault because they got shadowed by the big leaves of tomatoes and they didn't get enough sun. Um, and I think I have shared already that I had great eggplant that grew. I had some cabbage that grew. So as I'm breaking down the garden, I'm preparing for what I want to do next year. Sorry, I need to keep drinking and hydrating. I just can't believe that I got walloped. I'm calling it the flu. I didn't go to the doctor, but it felt worse than a cold, that's for sure. And I guess I should have said, "Can you guys even hear me?" Oh, look, I want to see what the comments are saying. LOA, we have beautiful colors here. Just never heard the phrase before, and that's possible. I don't know. Did you get to see the moon? Oh, the harvest moon was beautiful. Yes, and I made eggplant parm, but I also made just this soft, gooey, eggplanty dip. It was delicious. And the cabbage, I've made tons of coleslaw. I have one more left to make. And that's how I was last week. Oh, you mean with the cold? It's just, everybody goes through loss. And I think losing my dad and losing my uncle, a couple weeks ago was just, it's been sort of contemplative. How much we count on people to be there. And when they're not anymore, it's hard. It's hard. And my uncle was a source of strength for me for so long. And that's the hard thing, is just to lose somebody else that I loved and adored and that that field is narrowing and getting smaller. Misha said, I went out and spoke requests on what I have sown and would like to reap. Never done that before, but felt led to. Hate to hear, but thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm no different than everybody else on this channel, on these channels. I mean, Jimena lost her dad, and of the same disease as my dad. And it's a tough one, and and I also had a complicated relationship with my dad. I really am a proponent of, and I don't know if this comes from some of the energy work that I've done, from the books I've been reading, from just life lessons, that I don't want to carry crap with me anymore. So releasing anger, hate, disappointment, it's time to let it go, And so I didn't have much left unsaid with my father. I really wanted to see my aunt and uncle before he passed. And because I sound like this, I don't want to confuse her by calling her, because in her state of dementia, she doesn't always know who she's talking to. And this voice is not something that she would, I think, respond well to. Regardless, I'm calling her tomorrow because it will have been a week since she buried him. Excuse me. But back to fall, because fall is, it is a regenerative time. If you think about fall, right? I mean, fall is, there are rituals. We break out the winter clothes. We get the sweaters. Now, if you're in California, I don't know where in California, and if you break out your sweaters and what the temperatures are, but it's really nice, And for me locally, I like to have fire pit. So I have some wood that I've chopped up, and I'm going to sit out with the fire and just, be part of it, be part of nature while we still can before the snow comes. I always think of, Charlie Brown and the Halloween pumpkin special, and the magicalness of following the moon and having, that cool scent in the air, of the various, here with the leaves, right? It's kind of a musty-ish smell, but there's something clean about it, right? I love taking walks at this time of year, um, and just try to, almost allow it as a season to die, to be buried, because that's what fall is. The leaves are falling so that the trees can regroup and regenerate. So it's really a magical time. And I think about baking, and I think about all the things that I used to do with my girlfriends when we were physically closer to each other. And I miss that. And though I can't recreate it, I am looking forward to creating new opportunities or memories for myself, so that I can still enjoy this time of year, And so, is there anything that you all do at this time of year to embrace fall? Oh, thanks, Mish. Yeah, it was nice to be there. I'm sorry it took me so long to find the link. And I really wasn't feeling well. So for me, I just wanted to listen in, and obviously I was late to the party. So where are you, Richard? My favorite time of year. Yes, my bee daisies. Oh, I like the bite in the air in the morning, the colors, the apples, the pumpkins. When is your birthday? Happy birthday. Many, many, many blessings on your birthday. Um, I'm one of these weirdos that loves to celebrate birthdays. I think, what a blessing you've been born. Thank you for being here. We're happy you're here. Let's have cake or pie or cookies or whatever, treats delight you. So happy birthday. Yeah, it's really one of my favorites. Um, I think it would be fall and then spring because they're very complementary, right? One's ending and one's beginning. Spring in New England, that's a tough one because there's no date for it to start. Fall is pretty clear. It's not often delayed. So I really, yeah. And when it is my birthday, at least in the old days, it was like a whole month long celebration because I didn't get to see everybody I wanted to see. So there'd be a birthday celebration with my mom, there'd be a different celebration with other family, and then my girlfriends at various times. That's changed over the year. COVID really changed all of that. And then me living so far away from my friends, it's really changed things. So you just, I don't know. But that's one of the things that I love most. And on Thursday, we'll talk about, the 10th universal law of the universe, which is polarity. We're going to talk about it then. I don't want to spend too much time today because that's a conversation that I like to get into more depth about. But it's very connected to this season, right? Because it teaches us dualities inherent in all things. Oh, it was a week ago. Well, then happy birthday. Yeah, I've been MIA on YouTube, so if it was announced, Richard, I'm so sorry. I couldn't even keep my head up, and I just kept the TV on for company and slept most of the time. There was some moaning and groaning, and the poor puppies. They were like, "Mama, what the hell's going on with you?" And I actually had to find some people to take care of the dogs and take them for a walk. Um, and But anyway, I'm many blessings to you, and I hope you have a fabulous year of good blessings and good tidings. So Thursday, we're all set for talking about the universal law of polarity. But for us, when we come into these moments, um, it's really, you know, it's time to sort of unpackage everything that we've been hiding and look at it. And the holidays are coming. And so if you are somebody that participates in all of the holidays, so this coming Monday, it's Columbus Day. Um, Next, then right after that, it's Veterans Day. After that, it's, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. Hanukkah's in the mix for some of my friends. Um, and it's a really busy, um, engaging time period for people. And I think we lose that moment of being with each other. So anyway, I I love this time of year. So let's see. There's been some more chatting. Let me just get back into the comments. Oh no, I thought I missed some. I'm going to put you on mute again. So as you got, and this time last year, and I think Mish, you're the one that really got me more engaged. Though I was introduced to this YouTube community, it was around this time of year where I started to poke around and become familiar with some of these people. And yes, I think it was Ben Bacon Bits who connected me because it was coming up, I think, on Thanksgiving, that I really started to communicate. I had been working with Conversations with Christy. So she and I had connected in October. Um, and I had shared with her that I really wanted to start a channel and just some of my ideas and thoughts. And, you know, memory's not as good as it used to be. So it's kind of hard to remember um, who I sort of engaged with first. Um, but I met quite a few people on Reese's channel. And then when I wasn't participating in that anymore, I found the rest of you in different ways. Many of you had come from Tommy's channel, and I wasn't a huge follower of that channel, but over time I was sort of sucked in and engaged. I didn't participate, but I was a witness. And then this beautiful village came to be. And that's, that was such an amazing light for me at that time. And that all happened around fall. And it was a time that gave me some confidence or courage, really, to step into the light and say, all right, I'm going to start a channel. I have nothing to lose. What's the worst thing that could happen? I closed down the channel. And not having talked on the channel for the last couple of weeks, I kind of missed it. So I don't think I'm going to be closing down the channel anytime soon. I think it's going to morph and change a little bit. And I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. I don't want to be repetitive and I don't want to do some of the same things. But I do have some folks that I plan on interviewing that are not part of my community, but are influential. So, my friend Dee, who I met at a women's conference, was after my mom died. So, I'm not exactly sure what year, but it had to be like 2017, 2018, something like that. It was before my heart attack. Um, Lovely woman, Dee. She has MS and she's written a book, The Power of Positivity, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I think that's something I'd like to share with this audience because it has so much about resilience and about all of us. What do we do to dig deep when it comes time for us to face challenges, right? And then another friend of mine who I've been talking with from a female perspective with hormonal issues and how it doesn't just affect women, but men, because they are the recipients of our love and our affection. And if our hearts aren't feeling that because our hormones have changed, she works with how to move beyond that. Plus some health tips, which I definitely need. Let's see. And I'm about to embark upon working with our local, it's called Workshop 13. And they do a variety of art events. So they do pottery, they do painting, they do drum circle, which I'm absolutely going to be part of. And they're going to allow me to do group meditations by donation. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have to finish the proposal. Not feeling well has put me back. I'm really counting on tomorrow's energy boost in the morning to do this. So I really, I just pray that this goes through. It's not official, but I'm really looking forward to it. And it's a way for me to, maybe establish a client base so that I can earn a little bit of extra money doing either Reiki and or hypnotherapy and or meditation, private meditations. So we'll see. I don't, I say I don't want to get rich. There's some really scary things coming down the pike through some of the politics that are happening right now. And I haven't been able to watch a lot of it because it's terrifying to me. Because there's no one for me to count on to sort of support me if something goes wrong. And so it's a little bit scary, but I'm going to continue to send out love and light, and pray that, and use my voice where possible, to unite and say, no, we need to treat each other better. And we'll see what happens. Um, so, yeah, I think having other people be part of the channel is one of the things that's interesting. And, being part of the Google Meet last night was really lovely. And it reminds me about community when we're face to face. Last night I looked a little bit worse. I don't think I look as sallow, and I got to tell you, if I pull the hair down, it's completely gray now. I'm going to get it colored Friday, I hope. Um, but yeah, it's really scary. It is very scary what's happening. And, you know, how, yeah, I'm always worried about speaking my mind. And I know we've talked about this, but how can we treat each other so badly? And why are we so afraid of people who are different from us? And, uh, uh, and it's fear, but it's instigated fear because this is someone doing this, um, intentionally. And I don't know what the end game is. And I don't understand why we want to beat other people down. And it's just not something I can comprehend. But I don't want to go there, right? Not tonight. It is control. It's absolutely controlled. Heard it went on until after 1 a.m. Central. So I missed whatever that was happening last night, and I needed to stop watching. It was like I am, yeah. So let's just stay a little bit focused, and I'm going to let you guys go early just because I'm not feeling all bells and whistles here tonight. But I think one of the things that fall also does is bring a sense of community. And that's where I was going when I was talking about Mish. And there'll be another one next Thursday. Okay. It does depend on the time. Partly for me, you guys are having it at, I think, 9 your time, but it's 11 my time. I think that's how it goes, or something like that. And it's, I get really, I'm wiped out by then for sure. And that's as a healthy person. Karen, welcome. I'm going to be signing off shortly just because of this. But we're talking about fall and the activities that one participates in. And Tiff, hello. Oh, me too, hun. I'm telling you, this is, it's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. And it's funny because I said to my brother, this is I think my third cold since my dad died in May. And, I think the worst part about this was that I couldn't go to my uncle's funeral. And that was the most hurtful, but I was raw. And it's still a week later. So now I'm almost on 2 weeks of this. And though I am getting better, I fade quickly. But I'm working on trying to eat better. I'm working on drinking lots and lots and lots and lots of water. And so I'm so happy to see you guys here, and I'm going to jump in and take a look at our poll and see. Most of you guys are all pumpkin picking and carving people, and that's awesome. Um, I don't know if I could choose which is really my favorite. The apple picking and baking is really would probably be one of my most favorite, but leaf peeping right up there for me. I love watching the change of colors. I love, um, oh yeah, baking pumpkin seeds and throwing just a little bit of salt. Really enjoyable. Um, let's see. Oh, every time I broke up with a boyfriend, I would get sick. Sorry, that's very funny. Um, yeah, I mean, my brother's not watching this, but this is courtesy of him. But I wouldn't change it because he got to come and visit me in my home for the first time in 3.5 years. So he'd never seen this apartment. And we had such a good time. And we're game players. So I'll show you, if interested, the game that was made for us. It's a marble game. Somebody called it Sorry, but it's not really Sorry. Aggravation's another name. We call it, the marble game, but it's so intense. And the first series, I was getting my arse kicked. And the second series, though I wasn't kicking my brother's arse in the same way, I was winning in that series. And he just couldn't, you know, we'd be this close to like neck and neck. And I love playing those kind of games. And there are people in my community that like playing games. So it's really kind of, I could start something, but it'd be a game of one. So I haven't started that. Um, I'm going to reach out a little bit in the fall, in the winter, and see if there's anybody that I can even maybe get doing a card game versus board games. But I love board games. All right, I'm going to just check in the comments. I love all the smells too, Tiff. I love them all. I love cinnamon and cloves. I love the fall leaves, the smell of the leaves. Um, that almost dampness in the air at night. Not a moldy damp, but it's that cool, crisp fall air. Um, I always use a real candle in my pumpkin. I love the smell of burning pumpkin. Never had anyone to play games with growing up. I collected them and we played so many with the girls. So I'm envious of that. Hello, Darcy's. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry, not sorry. I know. It's such an intense game and it can get a little vicious and snotty because the goal obviously is to take your person's marbles and send them home and you get to win, whoever gets to home base with all their marbles. So it can get a little bit detrimental to ego. um but oh my god. uh and I always loved games, but could hardly ever get my family to play. But when we did, we had a blast. I know. I mean, I remember my brother had come to visit my mom. It was right around the holidays for Christmas, just before she died. And so we decided we'd play Monopoly. Now, I'm notorious for losing. Um, and I won big, and the two of them would gang up on me, and they could not take me down. And my brother's like, "Yeah, we're never playing Monopoly with you again." And I've never played Monopoly since. So that was sometime prior to 2016. Hysterical. But this other game, all of us played like once we were introduced to it. Um, it's like an addiction. You just don't want to stop playing the darn game. All right, hold on. I want to play catch up here with what's being said. Uh, Sorry, guys. I should be using my eyeglasses. It didn't. I'll try it on the computer. Oh, what is leaf peeping? So maybe I'm not saying it right, Karen. Um, Leaf peeping is looking at all the fall colors of the trees, of the leaves. So we call it here in New England leaf peeping. Um, you either go for a drive through the mountains or through your parks to look at all the changes of colors of the leaves. That's leaf peeping. We have busloads of people that come through our area just to look at the changing color of leaves. So that's what it is. All right, I'm coming. I'm getting there. I'm a little bit slow. We could try a game of Yahtzee or spades. I'm always up for that. Sure, I'm up for that, Karen. I mean, I don't usually think of playing online, so that's something we could do. I think that would be fun, in my opinion. Um, Yeah, so exactly. Christina was Mish. Christina was always the sweetest girl until we pulled out Monopoly. We had to ban that game. She turned vicious, and that's true. I mean, it's very competitive, but when you finally start to win, it's wonderful. I was never into backgammon myself, but it's popular for two people. Yeah, I've never done that either. Um, I think someone tried to teach me backgammon once. But again, if it's just, you want as many people as you can to get, um, engaged. Oh, you played the Game of Thrones edition of Monopoly. I think there's nothing better on a fall or winter night sitting around a table, everybody with their hot cocoa or whatever, and playing a game and just hooting and hollering and screaming and laughing I mean that's truly family, community, friendship, whatever you want to call it. Yes, we always drove into the mountains to see the golden quaking aspen. Okay, don't know that, but that sounds beautiful. Yeah, I think we should try a game on meat. I would love to. I mean, I don't know, you know, uh, Pente would be a good game. I love Pente. Very easy to play, harder to master. Okay, so I don't know that, never learned it, but I would be very happy to. Um, and I miss living in the country. Oh, it's funny. Even living in Boston, because they had such beautiful parks, I got to see the leaves changing colors. And for me, it was magical. I grew up in a very rural community in New York when I was growing up. And so that was just, the change of season was just so wonderful. And when I drove up to Massachusetts, and then we would go all the way to the end, heading from Massachusetts to the New York border, it was this mystery and magical colors of everything. And I can't tell you how um, comforting and soothing it was for me. And I really missed not going for drives with my mom. Um, we would use that as an excuse to go and get apple dumplings or go get something, a treat, a lunch. And so, she was sort of she was my playmate, if you will. Um, let's see. Tiff, like the itty bitty bunny that visits my yard. Pente is a board game played pretty much with marbles that you place on the board and try to get 5 in a row. Harder than it sounds, but well, I'm definitely going to look that up because I've our marble game is you have to get all of your marbles in home base. And if I'm not mistaken, are there 5 or 6 marbles that you have to get into home base? And it's not easy, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. I'll be driving back in a few days, going to Albany area for reunion. Oh, nice. Albany, you're going to get to see all those beautiful colors, Richard. All those beautiful colors. Mish lives in an old town, but not like the country down road going into the woods, playing in the canyon, the lake. We had a pond, riding my horses, even had a Pro 3 whole gold golf course. Whole gold. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So, I think some of the beauties of all of these things, right? It brings fond memories. Sitting with a bonfire or any of those kinds of things, roasting marshmallows, right? Those are some of the most magical moments, and especially with community. So I welcome that. I encourage everybody to do that, and I as we come to Halloween, because it's coming fast, um, I that's usually the tip off, kickoff of the season, right? Because the week before, October 17th, all the Hallmark Christmas movies start, which, I'm a sucker. I'm a romantic. I love all those things. And I love everything that then comes from there. What I don't love, which is why I loved joining you guys last year, was I was alone. And, I that was the hard part. So, Henri, welcome. So nice to see you here. Um, and I think that for me, that was one of the blessings of community, right? Um, so right now we have 17% with leaf peeping. We have 33% with apple picking and 50% with pumpkin picking and carving. So um, I'm so glad I did this, this poll. It was my first time. I actually did another one and put it in my chat. I thought it was attached to this live, but I didn't do that. I didn't figure it out correctly. But now I know, so I can start other polls in the future. But I really, it's such a fun time of year. And I think it's a time for us to sort of look into ourselves and see what's important to us, and what are we hoping for to the end of the year, and then what are we looking forward to for the beginning of the year, right? I did have a goal for myself to have 200 subscribers. So if anyone's new here and you haven't hit the subscribe and the like, please do so. I don't see that I'll make that right now, but it's also not the same priority, because just having you guys here fills my heart with so much joy and gratitude, because I'm not just talking to myself. And it's engaging and fun, and you're also magical. So, what I want 2022 to be, 2022, oh my God, that's going backwards for sure. What I want 2026 to be is not just engaging, but participatory, right? So maybe that's where more Google Meets come into play. Um, I do want to have conversations with like creators, because some of the creators are doing things that are fascinating to me. And then there are other creators that I may not have something in common with, but still want to know about. I want to learn. I don't want to just be um, in the dark. I think it's so important for all of us at this point in time to accept each other, to listen to each other, to learn from each other, and and have an open heart. There are some things that we might not jive on, but isn't that just a temporary thing? And the bigger things, well, then maybe we're just not meant to be connected. But I think most of us that are on these channels that are in each other's sphere, we may not agree on everything. We agree on the big things, you know, loving each other, taking care of each other, making sure our children have food and are fed and have insurance and have family and community. I don't want us to be divided by other things. And I think that's where I want to go more with my channel in 2026. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let me just jump into the chat to see if I've missed anything. Sorry, guys, my mouse is stuck here. Oh, thank you, Darcy's. I appreciate you subbing. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, Mish, yes, this is what fills my heart. Those that are here already make the difference. I'm already a winner. Karen's saying that the aspen are in groves, not just scattered all over. So there are patches that are brilliant gold, plus the leaves squiggle in the wind real fast, almost sparkle. That sounds so pretty. Hello, Aria. Nice to see you here, sweetheart. Let's see. We are shining, and just because we're different doesn't make us better or worse. Yes. Keeping the heart open. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this has been so, I know I'm wiggling a lot lately in my seat. The dogs are getting antsy because here where I am, it's starting to get dark and the clouds are coming. Again, we're going to have rain, but I'm not going to complain because we've had a very dry summer. And my my voice is fading. And I just, as we prepare for this fall season, as we embrace all of the good stuff, one, I want to thank you for participating in the poll. That was so much fun for me. And Thursday, we're going to be talking about the law of polarity. We have 3 more to go before the end of this year. So I really I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully, I'll be better on this thing. It's been a rough road. For any of you that have experienced loss at this time, my heart goes out to you. For any of you that are struggling, my heart goes out to you. You are part of this community. You are embraced in this community. You are loved in this community. And you are supported in this community. So, with that said, I lost my train of thought. That happens a lot these days. And I'm not on any medicine. Having a heart condition, you got to be careful what you put in your body. Oh, Aria, we'd love to see your beautiful haircut. All right, puppers, I know. I'm coming. Don't you worry. So, anyway, on this glorious day, I am going to rest after. Do you see him? Do you see this little guy? This is my little Luca. This is Luca. Oh, I love you too. Biscotti is also giving me the eye. They're ready to go for their little walk. Yes, I know, sweet boy. We're going. Oh my God, this slays me. This melts my heart. I can't even stand it. They're too darn cute. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, I know. I'm going to give them their own channel because they are too darn cute. You should see them running around when I take them for their walk. and they chase each other. It's like sumo wrestling on speed. It's hysterical. And I didn't realize he was hungry. He's also nibbling on my finger, and that's an ow. Yes, we have a special guest. This is Luca Biscotti. I don't know where you are. They have their harnesses on because they know they're going for a walk. Okay, can I say goodnight to all the good people? Is that okay? Oh, thank you. How can you not love this? You know there's love in the world when you have puppies or kitties. Okay, we're going to go. You guys, thank you so much for being here, for being part of my journey, for being part of my channel. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't been there. I miss seeing all of you, and I'm so glad to be back. I'm going to be taking an awful lot of vitamins so that I can stay healthy and not miss any more shows, because I missed you guys. I really did. And I feel blessed that you are here. So have a great rest of your day. I will see you on Thursday at 5 p.m. Yeah, much love. All right. So here's the outro, guys. Blessings.
I'm like an ice skater dancing out for the first time on the form solid ice. No more fears, no sorrows, because I love the coming tomorrows. This life has barely begun, but now I know what I want to do. I know what I want to be, reborn. Finally feeling I am fulfilling my destiny, with a heart filled of gratefulness, happiness, joy, overflowing of kindness and love. Oh, so much love. I feel like love is the supportive pillar in my soul, and it only grows each day. I'm reborn in love.